Hey everyone, Austin here again with another Let's Play video. As you know, I took a little bit of a break. I had some studying to do for an IT exam. And after that, I took a few days off. It's probably been about 2 weeks since I recorded my last Let's Play video. And so to sort of get back into the swing of things, I figured I'd try something a little bit different, do something a little bit short and sweet. And thus we've got Ninja Gaiden for the NES. Now, I've actually already done long plays and Let's Plays of this game. And you guys have probably seen me play this game into the ground on Twitch, for those of you guys that follow me over there. But I decided to try something different, and I've actually been wanting to do this for a long time, several years now, actually. I picked up this joystick a couple of years ago. It's a quick shot joystick. And honestly, it's not a great stick for normal NES gameplay. It's one of those things, it's kind of like, it's one of those joysticks that was made to model after like classic, computer joysticks with you basically have a trigger on the top and a trigger on the front. And that's basically it. You basically use the thing one-handed, and it's quite difficult to get used to, honestly. But that's what's kind of fun about it. And like, I've been playing NES games for over, probably almost 30 years now, and you use a stock gamepad on the NES, but, it's kind of fun to tackle some games, especially challenging ones, with unique control accessories. And so, what I thought it would be fun to do is try to tackle Ninja Gaiden with the quick shot joystick. It does have suction cups on the bottom, so I'm going to push it down just to make sure it doesn't really move, but I am probably going to keep a hand on it just in case. And we'll see how we do. I remember playing through this game a couple of years ago with this joystick for the intention of doing a Let's Play, but I never actually did the Let's Play. So it's probably been about 2 or 3 years since I actually tried playing anything with this joystick. Scrolling through like my ROMs list here on my power pack, the joystick was very loose, and I actually found it to be very difficult to just select a game off my list here. So we'll see how this goes. I'm going to try to use some speedrun techniques, by the way, that I've been learning over the last year or so. And I don't know if I'm going to be able to really pull a lot of them off because of the weird button combination. But yeah, let's go ahead and get right into it, guys. So the start and select buttons are up at the top. And on the back, you actually have a switch for auto fire, but we're going to have that off. This Ninja Gaiden auto fire doesn't really do anything. Alright, so let's do this. So I'm going to have to sit here and... Which one is... Okay, that's attack, that's jump. Okay, so that's one of my most important things, is being able to jump and attack quickly. Yeah, and I think I'm going to have to probably leave a hand on the controller because the suction cups feel like... Well, they feel like they're working. Okay. Alright, this is going to be really interesting. Yeah, super interesting. Okay. Yeah, oh yeah, the suction cup is totally coming loose. Oh geez, yeah, I don't think I'm going to be able to do any speedrun techniques with this. I can't even get my timing down, man, this is... Oh, I missed that jump. Wow, it feels like the joystick's not, like, working right. Maybe I should, like, loosen it up a little bit. One of the issues with some of this old tech is like either it's been used a lot or it's been used a little and it just needs to get sort of greased up, if you will. Not really greased up, but yeah, it feels like I have to, if I want to do anything, I have to use the joystick. I have to press it hard in each direction, basically, in order to register. Whoa! It's not even working. Oh, I put turbo on by accident. That's why that was happening. Okay. Oh, wow. Yeah, my timing is completely off. Wow, this is a lot harder than I remember. I remember actually, I think, beating Ninja Gaiden with this joystick, or at least getting to the last boss, or the, far into the last level. But wow. I think I might have an easier time if I use my right hand. I might try that on the next stage. we'll see how that goes. So we're going to skip through all the cutscenes. If you guys want to see Ninja Gaiden with all the cutscenes, you can check out my long play on my video. What I'll do is I'll link to my previous Ninja Gaiden videos, both my Let's Play and my long play, in the cards section above. So click on the cards if you want to see my actual Let's Plays and long plays for this game. Once I actually... oh, that was accidental. Once I actually, like, fully learn how to speedrun the game, I would like to do an actual speedrun video on it for my YouTube channel here, but I haven't really been practicing that much on Twitch, so... yeah, it definitely seems like I'm doing much better with the right hand. My timing is a lot better. It doesn't really make a whole lot of sense. Usually I use my left hand for joysticks. Not my right hand, actually. Especially arcade sticks. If I'm playing in an arcade, I never use my right hand. Yeah, that level definitely went a lot better than the first one, so we'll see how the rest goes. Yeah, this is a really interesting way to experience some of these NES games. It's almost like taking a game you're really familiar with. Oops. I was trying to latch on to the ladder at the very last second. It's... alright. Yeah, the wall jumping is really tough with this thing. And it feels like the buttons aren't that responsive. It's very hard to be very fast with this. Like, I can see where this joystick would be interesting for, like, flight sims or really slow games, or... I don't even know if I'd recommend it for, like, menu-driven games. Like, I was gonna say, maybe it would be fun to use it for, like, an RPG or something, but I find it to be unresponsive. Now, it could just very well be the stick itself. Ooh, that was bad. Basically tried doing a damage boost. I messed up again. Let's see if I can get it. Yeah, there we go. That's the damage boost. It's really... your timing's got to be, like, flawless on it. But with this joystick, it's really tough to be super flawless. What I should do is actually try to play relatively safe. Like, I'm trying to use some speedrun techniques. But, you know, the speedrun techniques require, like, perfect timing, pretty much. So, I should probably just stop trying to... oh, okay, at least I sort of got that. Yeah, I should probably just take it a little bit slower, because I have 0 lives. I will get another extra life, I think. And what I'll do is I'll try to pick up some extra lives. But like I was saying, it's kind of like playing a game you're really familiar with. Say, like, oh, I don't know, like Wolfenstein 3D on the PC, right? You know, you play it into the ground, you love it, you beat it dozens of times. That was dumb. I tried using a speedrun technique there. You can jump up into the air, throw a shuriken, and hit the fire wheel down, which is a power-up you need for the boss, and you want to take the boss out as fast as possible. But yeah, it's kind of like playing a game you're really familiar with. Example being Wolfenstein 3D. You know, normally you'd play through that game with, you know, all the guns, you know, the best weapons, your machine guns, blah, blah, blah. But when you get familiar with it, you're like, you know what, let me mix things up. Let me go through the entire game with just the pistol, you know? And that's kind of what, like, playing this with this joystick is like. You're like, okay, I've mastered the game by itself. Now let me go through it with, like, a different accessory that's going to hinder my ability or something like that, to make me play the game a little bit differently. And that's what's kind of fun about playing games with accessories like this. Like, I kind of want to get some other weird NES accessories and, you know, try playing hard games like this with those accessories. Yeah, your timing is really... it's really tough to get your timing right with this joystick. These buttons are so big, and it doesn't feel like they register half the time. Alright, so I'm going to take this part slow. Really slow. Yeah, it's tough with this thing. You have to take it super slow. Oh man, it is not... I don't remember it being so unresponsive, but... Again, it's been a couple of years since I've actually owned this stick, and the last time I used it. Yeah, it's definitely interesting so far. We'll see how the final stages go. We might actually do just fine, to be honest with you, because, like, you know, Ninja Gaiden's one of those games where... That was a damage boost I tried doing. That was a speedrun technique, but my timing was off because of the joystick. Might be able to get this one, though. Sort of. I kind of got it. You're supposed to bounce off the bat, and it just basically puts you right up to the next screen. We're just gonna jump over. Yeah, Ninja Gaiden, actually, if you know how to beat the game, and you can beat it slowly, you should be able to beat the game pretty much every time you play it. It's one of those types of games. Yeah, see, I tried another speedrun technique. Jumping early, then slashing the bat as you're falling down. So what I'm gonna have to do is really... Like, I'm used to doing the speedrun techniques now. Whereas the old-fashioned way would be wait and attack the bat, like I just did. So I'm gonna have to sort of, you know, force myself into that mindset, basically. Which I'm not used to doing, because for the last year I've been trying to learn how to speedrun this game. As you guys know, I've always been pretty fast at this game. I've had my own little techniques like that. That's a technique you wouldn't do now with speedrun techniques, but there's an extra life up here, so we'll go ahead and grab that. There's some Mimpo right there. Can we damage boost off this guy? Yep, we got it. That's not a hard damage boost. It only saves like some milliseconds, but it is fancy. But yeah, if Ninja Gaiden is the kind of game where if you know exactly how to deal with each situation, you should be able to beat the game pretty much every time you play it. It's not really that... Like, it could be a hard game. Especially if you mistime your jumps like that. But when you know exactly what to do, you can just tear right through the game. Especially if you're playing it slow. If you're playing it slow... I mean, some speedrunners say that it's actually easier to play the game when you're speedrunning it than it is when you're playing it normally, and I don't know if I entirely agree with that. You know, based on my experience, having beat the original Ninja Gaiden probably 100 times, no joke. I've beaten this game like crazy over the years, and after a certain point in my life, I don't think I ever even continued. Like, I got so familiar with, like, the patterns and so forth. Yeah, that's really tough to do on this joystick. But ideally, I would have had my spin slash coming down here so I can kill the boss in one hit. But, again, I mistimed my jump. So that's not going to happen. Actually, you know what? I kind of want to try something. It kind of worked. So there's a slash trick you can do in the air where you can slash multiple times. And enabling the turbo functionality seems to have worked for that, but not as well if you were doing it manually. Alright, so we're still making good progress. All things considered. Alright, so we're gonna take it slow. Got it. That's tough, actually. Oh! Get off the wall! To get off the wall in Ninja Gaiden, all you have to do is just hold the jump button and press in the opposite direction. But this joystick's not being responsive at all, so it's not registering like a lot of my inputs, unfortunately, which is definitely problematic. I'm gonna just wait and jump over that bat. There's a speedrun technique where you can jump off the very edge and you'll actually damage boost off the bat to the right, which I didn't find out about that actually until just a couple weeks ago. I tried it on my own and it worked. I was like, that's awesome. So I started incorporating that into my my own personal runs of the game. Alright, so we're just going to wait. We're going to take it nice and slow. Spin slash right there. Yeah, so if I just take it slow, we should be able to finish the game. One of my problems in the very beginning of the game was trying to use the speedrun techniques, which, if we were playing on a normal controller, I would have been perfectly fine. But playing on this joystick is, whew, it's tough. Damage boost here, get the health. Oh, it didn't work. Alright, this might actually be pretty tricky. Yeah, so if you guys are enjoying this, let me know if you want to see me play some other difficult games. Maybe games I've already Let's Played before with this alternate control setup. Oh yeah, that's rough. That part's going to be tough with this joystick. That's a part where your timing basically has to be perfect, and if it's not, then... but yeah, if you want to see me do some other games with this joystick, you know, like Castlevania or something like that, that could very well be interesting. I'm trying to think of other games that might work. Like, shoot 'em ups probably wouldn't be a good choice because, you know, it's got the turbo functionality and it's... I think I'd probably be fine in a shoot 'em up for the most part, but platformers, I think are really tricky with this thing, especially fast-paced platformers. If I was playing like Mega Man or something, it might not be as bad. You know, like projectile-based platformer games probably won't be as bad. But games like Ninja Gaiden where I have to kind of get up close. I'm gonna try this technique again. Yeah, it didn't work. I think it's because the bird boosted me up to a position that I don't want. Normally you're supposed to have the spin slash, and you slash through the bird as you jump up. Alright, good enough. As long as we don't die. Ooh, that was close. This is just really, like, reiterating how tight your timing has to be in Ninja Gaiden. But with the D-pad, when I'm playing with the NES controller, I've completely lost sight of how much precision this game actually requires. Because I've played it so much over the years, it's all kind of like muscle memory. But this joystick is adding a lot of delay to my inputs, basically. You know, the joystick itself has to physically move over before it actually hits the switch. Like, and you can push it like this, like I'm wiggling it, and it's not even registering. You have to hit it hard. So... Alright, let's get out of the way. I need to kill this guy this way. Yes, got it. Alright, so there's gonna be... I think there's gonna be an extra life up here. Let's go ahead and try to get that. Yep. Of course, you know, doing the speedrun technique thing, you never go for the extra lives now. Alright, so we need to bolt through here. Just wait and jump over this guy. Yeah, it's definitely tricky with this joystick. This is definitely difficult. Now, I do have the advantage of being extremely familiar with Ninja Gaiden, so... Which is why I figured we should still be able to beat the game with this joystick. Oh shit, fuck. I might have just screwed myself. Oh. I was like trying to flip on the turbo switch to see if it would fire really, like if your attack would come out faster. And then I was like, you know, that was a really bad idea, and I was just trying to flip it back, and I wasn't making any attacks. Now the reason I started panicking is that in Ninja Gaiden, if you die at a boss, you go back to the very beginning of the level. And in this case, I don't know if it would have been the very beginning of this tower, or if it would have been the gray area in the beginning. I'm not sure. But Okay, this is the final stage. So let's see if we can do this on, hopefully on our first try. And at the very least, we don't want to die at the final boss, because if we do, we have to come all the way back here. We can die elsewhere, just not at the final boss. Okay. Doing alright so far. Yeah, that was dumb of me to do. I'm trying speedrun techniques again. It's like, Austin, stop trying that. Stop doing that. I'm just so used to playing like that now that I can't imagine playing Ninja Gaiden otherwise, like in a different sort of fashion. Alright, this part's gonna be brutal. Yeah. This is where we might get stuck. We need a lot of Nimpo if we're gonna get through that part with the Spin Slash. Let me see what else is up here. It's been a while since I've collected any of these items. Oh, jeez, man. These buttons do not register at all. Was close. Okay, we're good. We're on a different screen, so this is where we'll get revived if I die. I actually did not want to get that weapon, but it's okay. All I care about is trying to progress to the last section, the sort of like the brownish area. As long as we can get to the final boss, we might be able to beat the game on our first try. Got it. So that last platform there, you can actually push that guy off screen, as you saw me do. And if you're not familiar with the game, I highly recommend doing that. Okay, good. That was a potion. Alright, usually I'll damage boost off a guy to get across that chasm, but I'm not going to now. I'm going to play it safe. Whew. This is actually pretty intense with... I mean, normally this level's pretty intense, but when you get really familiar with the game, it becomes not very intense when you learn, like, the speedrun techniques. Not even just speedrun techniques, but just learning the proper techniques. So let's go back the normal way. I'm gonna push that guy off the screen. So that sort of little jump I made earlier, you can do that right here to get through that section faster. Okay, we're just gonna jump over these guys. Got it. Alright, we should be good. There's gonna be a potion right here. Use a Spin Slash, grab that. That's the clock again. Ooh. Oh, crap. That's not good. God, this freaking game, man. I should just be able to hold right. Oh, that was so close. That was so close. Good. At least we can kill this guy in one hit. That was my goal. If we get the Spin Slash, we can kill that guy in one hit. Now, normally, the stopwatch is going, and you can get past that, like, last top platform part without encountering any enemies. But the joystick was being unresponsive, and thus enemies started to appear, and, like, that never happens to me in normal gameplay. So it's, like I said, it's really tough playing with this thing. Alright, so we have to play really slow on this part. Really have to do it the old-fashioned way. So for those of you guys that have never beaten Ninja Gaiden before, now you'll get to see how to do it the quote-unquote normal way. For us normal individuals. not speedrunners, basically. I'm not a speedrunner, but I do want to learn how to speedrun this game, and I've been practicing the techniques and so forth, so hopefully you guys will eventually see a full-fledged YouTube video on me attempting to do a good run. I'll basically record a bunch of runs and upload my best one and do a commentary on top. Alright, one more hit. Got it. Okay, we might be good. We'll see. Oh, this is tough. Okay, let's attack the tail. And then attack the heart. Got it. Let's jump on top. If you keep holding right and you keep jumping, you can get on top. And that's it. Wow. Can't believe we did it with this. I'm gonna say it straight up. This piece of crap joystick. That was not fun at all, actually. I mean, it was, don't get me wrong, it was fun trying it. That was really cool. But man, this joystick is just terrible. It is not good at all for these fast-paced action games. I really only recommend this joystick for this sort of game if you're doing what I'm doing. You're like you know what you're getting into, and you really just want to mess around and try something new just to mix things up on an old favorite, basically. Man, I don't know if I would do that again anytime soon though, because that was really rough. Like, it's very like, you have to push the joystick really far for it to register. Now, it's got actual micro switches, which is awesome, but it's also very, like, I don't know if rickety is, like, the right term, but it feels like it's getting, it's, like, rubbing hard on, like, the plastic, and, it's just not very smooth. It's also not very, God, what's the term for it? Tactile, you know, like, I'm pushing it right here. It feels like it should be registering, but it's not. Left seems to be registering better, but right is having a hard time. I have to push really hard to register right. Back is registering okay. Up seems fine. Right is the problem. Is the big problem. But still, like, having your hand in this position, you know, basically like this, it's really, it's obviously, you know, this hand position is not good for like a side-scrolling platformer or something like that. It's definitely, this joystick definitely wasn't made for games like these. And I know on PC, a lot of times you'd use controllers like these for like space simulations or, you know, things like that. Maybe you'd use it for like oh, I don't know, an old point-and-click adventure game on a computer that didn't come with a mouse, you know? So, yeah, really interesting, guys. So, there you go. That's the quick shot joystick. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm going to go ahead and just cut it out. I'm going to go ahead and cut the ending off, too. Again, if you want to see the full playthrough of this game, ending and cutscenes and all, you can check out my Let's Play. And specifically my long play video. I don't know if I go through all the cutscenes on my Let's Play. Yeah, if you want to see me do similar gameplay Let's Play videos with this joystick for other games I'm familiar with, like, say, I don't know, Double Dragon, Castlevania, just random other stuff on the NES, post a comment below and let me know. Maybe this can be like a once in a while sort of thing, or just to mix things up. So, but thanks for watching, guys. Again, I'm back with Let's Plays. I'm done studying, so I can sort of goof off for a little bit and post some more videos on a regular basis. So, I hope to have a couple 16-bit Let's Plays up soon. So stay tuned for those. And again, feel free to check out my previous Let's Play and Long Play of Ninja Gaiden if you want to see a better playthrough with a controller. So, alright guys, thanks for watching. Take it easy. I'll see you soon.